Okay, so you're thinking about buying a home and relocating right here to Seattle, Washington, but you're not sure where the perfect neighborhood to live is? Well, stick around because that's exactly what we're going to be covering in today's video. I'm going to take you around to my top 3 favorite neighborhoods right here in Seattle. We're going to get out, tour the streets, show you what you need to know about these areas. We're even going to take a look at the real estate, what you can expect to get for the average home price in these areas. So if you're ready to take a tour, learn about my 3 favorite neighborhoods here in Seattle, stick around because we're getting after it right now. Okay, the first neighborhood that we are stopping at today is right around 1.5 miles just outside of downtown Seattle. So super close. And before I get into it though, real quick, I just want to let you know that the 3 neighborhoods that we're covering today, they're in no particular order. They just happen to be 3 great neighborhoods that anybody should consider if they're moving here to the Seattle area and want to be near downtown. So the first neighborhood we're at today, like I said, we're just right outside of downtown. You can kind of see downtown, the skyline there behind me. We are up in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. And Capitol Hill, it's super convenient if you are working right downtown. It's just like I said, really close. You're just up on the hill above the downtown kind of business sector, really close to South Lake Union. Maybe if you work a tech job down there in that area, Capitol Hill is going to be very convenient for you to get to those places. Now, a big reason why people love Capitol Hill is just the concentration of really good restaurants, nightlife, all kind of packed right in here, and it's very walkable. So Capitol Hill gets a walk score of 93. So, you can pretty much get around very easily, and, great restaurants, great nightlife if that's what you're looking for. The kind of people that you're gonna see around Capitol Hill, the kind of people that live here, the kind of people that are hanging out here, you'll see anywhere from business professionals, you'll see young families, you'll see students, you'll see artists, just about all types of people you're gonna find up here in Capitol Hill. There's a very strong LGBTQ plus community up here in Capitol Hill. So, very inclusive, very welcoming, just a great vibe, great place to hang out, great place to just, spend time. And if you're looking for great restaurants, great nightlife, you're gonna find all that right here in Capitol Hill. Now, let's go check out, I'll show you another reason why people love Capitol Hill so much, and let's go check it out. Okay, so one of the big things that people really enjoy about living up here in Capitol Hill is, remember what I was saying, the walk score is really high, a 93. Well, you can walk, you can get around places really easily, but there's also very good connections to transportation, okay? Like bus routes, there's bus stops all over the place. You can find them within walking distance all the way around Capitol Hill. But you're also very near to a light rail station up here in Capitol Hill. So the light rail station, you can jump on, you can take that all the way up as far as north as Linwood. That'll actually be open up later in the fall, like fall of 2024. So that's not quite open yet, but you can go as far north as Linwood. You can go all the way down eventually to Federal Way. I think that's gonna go down to Tacoma, even further in the future. But you can also get over to the east side, Bellevue, Redmond, those areas too. So really easy to get around, very walkable, transit friendly, and just a ton of just great spots just right here. Like right now we're on Broadway, and Broadway is kind of like the main thoroughfare that kind of goes north and south, mostly north and south through Capitol Hill. And there's a ton of great restaurants, ton of great bars, nightlife. Behind me here, actually, this is Dick's Drive-In. It's a little burger joint, really popular in the Seattle area. There's several different locations. Really good, kind of, I guess, comparable to like an In-N-Out burger, if you know In-N-Out, like from the California area. But yeah, this is a great location, definitely one to consider. You probably want to know about the real estate here in Capitol Hill. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's go back into the office. it's a little more quiet, I can kind of give you some more information. We'll take a look at some homes that are on the market currently, just to give you an idea of what you can expect to get in the median price point here in Capitol Hill. You know, you're gonna see a pretty good mix of mostly condos, townhomes, but you will see some single family homes as well. It's not just condos and townhomes, but a majority of them will be condos and townhomes. So let's jump back into the office. I'll pull that up, show you exactly what we're looking at on the real estate side. Okay, so just heading back to the office real quick, but while we're on our way, I want to talk to you about kind of the negatives or the downsides of living up here in Capitol Hill. And, you know, I guess you could say the cons of living up here. And, you know, one of the cons is going to be if you're living in the kind of the southern section of it, the closer you are to Broadway, it's going to be kind of noisy. Okay, so you might get some noise from bars, clubs, stuff like that. You know, the nightlife is pretty good around this area, so that can be a downside or a con if you're living close to one of those. So that's one of the cons. Another one of the cons would be just kind of the expensiveness, the cost of living up here, which, you know, it's pretty much in line with the rest of Seattle. It's not, you know, way higher than other neighborhoods or anything, but, you know, just Seattle as a whole is pretty expensive, and Capitol Hill is no different. And, you know, I always say it in all my videos, you know, yeah, the cost of living's higher, but you're going to be making more money here. So it kind of offsets that. And, you know, it's still definitely something to consider, but, you know, it's not as bad as the numbers would make you believe. So, and then just the last con is, you know, parking. You know, if you have a vehicle that you're driving around, and if you don't have a designated parking spot, finding parking can be atrocious up here, and just something to know about and be aware of. But, you know, those are kind of the three biggest cons that I think you should know about living in Capitol Hill. And yeah, let's jump in the car, head back to the office, and we'll go over some of the real estate. Okay, jumping right into it here. So what I want to do is show you available properties that are currently on the market. And we're going to take a look at homes that fall within the median price point for each one of these neighborhoods that we're looking at today. For Capitol Hill, and I'm going to break it into three different sections. We're going to look at the median price point for single family residents. We're going to look at townhomes, and we're going to look at condos. So the median price point for single family homes in Capitol Hill is right around 1.3 million. If you're looking at townhomes, you're going to be looking right around 885,000 for that. And condos, of course, the most affordable option for housing anywhere, is going to be right around $470,000. So what I want to do is jump into the MLS, the multiple listing service here, the one that we use to get all the property information that we need. We're going to jump into that. I'm just going to show you what's on the market, just give you a quick look at, you know, what's available, what you can expect in that price point. So let's jump in real quick. Okay, so you'll see we have a map of Capitol Hill pulled up on the screen here, and the further south you go, that's kind of that more commercial area where you're going to have a lot more nightlife, a lot more, you know, clubs, restaurants, you know, the liveliness of Capitol Hill. A lot of it is down in this southern end of Capitol Hill. If you head a little bit further north, it definitely starts to get a little more quiet. You start to see a little more single family homes. So we're just going to start in the south end, work our way up, see what we're looking at, you know, see what's on the market currently, and just go from there. So this first one looks like we have a condo here. This one is listed at $485, so just a little bit above that median price point of $470. And this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 691 square feet. Looks like they've been on the market for about 22 days here, and they started around $500,000. They've reduced the price since then to about $485. And this one is in looks like a very historic building here. It was built in 1928. You have $611 per month in HOA dues. And you know, that's another monthly expense that you kind of have to factor in to condo living. Even though you're paying a little bit less for the property, sometimes those condo dues can make it a little bit more. So be careful about those. But let's take a look at some pictures real quick of this particular unit. You can kind of see kind of an old historic building, really cool. You know, definitely has that vintage look to it. And let's see inside the unit here. I like those curved archways. Those are really nice. So beautiful 1-bedroom condo. Looks like it has really nice hardwood floors. And you know, if this is the type of finish that you're looking for, this is pretty common in the Capitol Hill area. You're going to see lots of units that are similar to this. You know, you're going to have kind of two ends of the spectrum. You'll have the new and modern contemporary look, and then you'll also run into these old classic, you know, antique almost looking units, and you know, it's kind of everywhere in between, but it's not uncommon to see units like this. Let's jump into the next one here. This one is a townhome. So yeah, just kind of the other end of the spectrum here, like we were saying here. Townhome listed for $900,000, just above that median price point at $885. But this one is brand new construction. Looks like it's in the process of being built. Yeah, 2024. And let's see what pictures they have here. Well, let me go the bedroom count. 3-bedroom. Two and 3/4 bath, 1,389 square feet, and yeah, it's been on the market for 13 days here. So let's check out the photos. So usually these are just renderings of what the building's going to look like, and you know, might have some interior photos of a similar unit, but you know, you can just see very modern. Definitely the other end of what we were just looking at. You know, definitely considerable more in terms of sale price, but yeah, you can find old, you can find new, definitely in Capitol Hill. So let's head up to this next one here. This is another condo. This one is another 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Been on the market for 12 days. And this one's been listed at $475,000 with HOA dues of around $510 per month. And let's take a look at the pictures here. So, you know, nothing too huge, just, you know, that 1-bedroom, 1-bath. You know, if you're that, you know, single professional, maybe a young married couple, maybe no kids yet, you know, this might be a really good option for you working downtown Seattle. You want to be close, you know, this would definitely give you that. So yeah, that's a condo at $475. Let's get into the next one here. Looks like we have another townhome, and this is another, well, it was built in 2023, so yeah, basically new construction. It's been on the market for a little bit of time here. So 3-bedroom, 2 and 3/4 bath, 1,590 square feet, listed for $899. And then let's take a look at the photos here. So this one's complete, ready to go. And you know, you'll notice with townhome living, a lot of the times it's just kind of like very vertical living. You usually have 2, typically 3 stories that, you know, quite a few sets of stairs that you need to go up and down on a regular basis. A lot of the townhomes will have rooftop decks, which is really nice. It gives you, you know, kind of an extra space above to hang out and entertain, have friends over, stuff like that. So that's always nice. Let's head up to the north end here, and these are the 2 single-family homes that we're going to check out. This one is listed for $1,350,000. 2-bedroom, 2 1/4 bath, 2,200 square feet. This one's been on the market for quite a while, 139 days. I don't know how many people are looking for a 2,200 square foot, 2-bedroom home. I'm guessing that is probably what's holding this one back, but you know, very, very unique looking, kind of at that north end of Capitol Hill here. Got some exposed wood beams. That's got a nice look to it, like that. So that's at 1.35, and then let's check out this last one here in Capitol Hill. There's definitely a lot more available and on the market. I just wanted to show you a couple, you know, of each type of home in that median price point. So this is another single family, 3-bedroom, 2 3/4 bath, 2,110 square feet. Been on the market for 28 days. It's currently listed at $1,290,000. So let's pull up these pictures real quick. Check this out. So yeah, 3-story home, nice views, kind of on the Lake Union views, you could say. So here's kind of the layout of it. So yeah, love that. You see the Space Needle from the living room, and just lots of windows. Those windows are huge. I love that. Let all that natural light in. That's one thing about living in Seattle is you want to find a home that has a lot of natural light because of the, just amount of rainy days and cloudy days that we get. You want to have big windows or enough windows to let that natural light in, and it really helps, makes a big difference. So yeah, this is Capitol Hill. Let's jump back out to the next neighborhood, and we'll see you out there. Okay, another one of my favorite neighborhoods that's located just a little bit north of downtown, and I'm talking like a couple minutes north. It's just tucked right on the edge, right on the northern edge of downtown, and that is the Queen Anne neighborhood. So that's where we're at now. We're actually in Lower Queen Anne. So Queen Anne's technically divided up into 4 parts. You have north, east, south, and west. People that live in Seattle typically just refer to it in 2 different parts, and that's like Lower Queen Anne, where we're at now, and then there's Upper Queen Anne, which is like the more residential area of Queen Anne. But Lower Queen Anne, you're gonna find like a lot of condo living, okay? A lot more going on down here. So right now we're at the Seattle Center, where the Space Needle is located. Not sure if you can kind of see it behind me here, but we're right kind of at the base of the Space Needle here. And just a lot going on down here. We're in the science, the Pacific, or the Seattle Science Center, I think they call it now. I can't remember. I know they changed the name not too long ago, but the Science Center is kind of where we're at now. Base of the Space Needle, you have the Mopop, which is like a museum that's dedicated to music, and really cool. The building itself is really cool. I'll throw some B-roll video of it so you can see it. Just a really unique building. But then you also have Climate Pledge Arena, which is where there's a lot of events going on. So Lower Queen Anne is a very bustling, busy part of Queen Anne. Like I was saying, a lot of condo living. So if you're looking for a condo and looking for that kind of downtown vibe, you definitely get that here in Lower Queen Anne. And you're just gonna have to kind of deal with the stuff that comes along with everything being so busy all the time here in this Lower Queen Anne area. But there's goods and bads with every area that you're gonna live, but a lot of good. And we'll head up into the Upper Queen Anne area just so you can kind of see how different it is. It's really different. It's like 2 different worlds actually, but Lower Queen Anne's awesome. A ton of great restaurants. If you're, wanting to stay within walking distance, if you live in Queen Anne, everything is really walkable here in this area. A lot of people that work in like South Lake Union are gonna find Queen Anne very convenient. So if that's you, maybe Queen Anne's something that you should consider. But all in all, just a fantastic neighborhood. I want to talk about kind of the negatives of living in Queen Anne. So let's get into that. I'll see you around the corner over here. Hey, real quick, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is David Sappenfield. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Seattle area. And on this channel, we make new videos every week about what it's like to live, work, eat, play right here in Seattle and surrounding areas. So if that's something that you'd like to learn more about, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications so you could be the first to learn about the current market right here in Seattle. We get reach outs almost every day from people just like you looking for help to make their move right here to Seattle, and nothing makes us happier. So if you're thinking about making that move, make sure you reach out. Contact info is popping up on the screen right now. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. Okay, let's get back to the video. Okay, let's talk about some potential cons of living here in Queen Anne. And we are down in Lower Queen Anne still. And right behind me here, you'll see Climate Pledge Arena. Now, this is a giant arena. I think it seats like 16, 17,000 people, somewhere around there. But the hockey team plays here, the NHL team, the Seattle Kraken, the Seattle Storm play here. And there's also quite a bit of concerts or just events going on here, and it's probably about, on average, every other night of the week there's going to be a major event going on here at Climate Pledge Arena, which, if you live down in this area, can be pretty tough on traffic and having to navigate around the streets. And just there's going to be a lot of people in the restaurants, which is great for the businesses here, but if you're living here, not so great, because you're dealing with just such an influx of people coming to this part of town every other night of the year, it seems. So that can be kind of a pain if you're having to deal with that. If you live up in the Upper Queen Anne, not that much of an issue. You're still going to have some kind of residual traffic around the area, but if you are down here in this Lower Queen Anne area, and down here it's all condos, you're pretty much just going to see condo living right here in this area. A lot of people that work in South Lake Union would find Queen Anne very convenient, or just downtown. Like I said, we're north of downtown, just a couple minutes, so still really convenient, very walkable here in this Lower Queen Anne area. But yeah, you're gonna have to deal with event traffic, event people every other night of the week, it seems. So just be careful if you are choosing Lower Queen Anne to live, and know that that is gonna be a thing. Okay, here we are. We are at the top of Queen Anne, in the Upper Queen Anne area here. So we're just right at the top of the hill, right where you come up. It's a steep hill, Queen Anne Avenue. You'll see it, and whenever it snows around here, that's it shuts down, and that's where people like to go sledding, stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. But big hill. We're right at the top of it here. This is kind of like the commercial area of Upper Queen Anne. Right here, this street next to us, this is Queen Anne Avenue. Up and down here, you'll see really good restaurants, just little boutique shops, coffee shops. And parking up here is going to be a lot easier than parking down in Lower Queen Anne. So just trying to find a place to park down in Lower Queen Anne is it's a crapshoot. You just never know. You got to kind of win the lottery to find a spot down there. But a lot more laid back up here, a little slower pace. We'll kind of get back into the neighborhoods a little bit more. I'll show you, some of the houses, some of the neighborhoods here in Upper Queen Anne. Like I said, just a totally different feel than what you're going to find down in Lower Queen Anne, of course. But yeah, let's get over and check out some houses. Okay, here we are. We are kind of back in the neighborhoods here in Upper Queen Anne. And like I was saying, it's a completely different feel you get up here than what you're gonna get in Lower Queen Anne. Lower Queen Anne, you're gonna find condos, bustling city life, every other night of the week. You got something going on at Climate Pledge, but definitely a lot slower pace up here. And quiet streets. You'll see these houses are just beautiful. So big, Victorian style, Queen Anne style actually, is a lot of them were built in the early 1900s, but just a really beautiful, quiet part of town. A lot of these homes have, beautiful views. That's kind of the cool thing about Queen Anne is, on the eastern side of Queen Anne and the southern side of Queen Anne, you're going to get a lot of like Puget Sound views. If you go towards the western, that's what I meant, the western side, you get a lot of Puget Sound views. The eastern side of Queen Anne, you're going to get a lot of Lake Union views. So just beautiful view homes all throughout Queen Anne. But like I said, just a lot of older, early 1900s. We just kind of spin around to show you what these houses in this neighborhood look like. They're just really well cared for, just beautiful homes, and you know, definitely a great place to consider if it's in the budget and you want, you know, maybe a little bit more, you know, more of a, you know, house feel, you know, single family home feel. You're going to be able to find that up here in Upper Queen Anne, no problem. But it is a little bit more expensive, and you know, it's you know, a lot of larger homes that, you know, like you're going to see right here. And let's head back to the office, and I'll pull up some homes here in Queen Anne, upper and lower, just to give you an idea of what you can find in that average median price point here in Queen Anne. So let's head back to the office, and we'll take a look at what's on the market right now. Okay, let's take a look at some homes in the Queen Anne neighborhood. We're going to look at both Lower Queen Anne as well as Upper Queen Anne. So let's check it out and see what's on the market currently. Now, as far as the price points go, the median price point for a single family home in the Queen Anne neighborhood is right around 1.4 million. If you're looking at townhomes, you're going to be right around $1,125,000 for townhomes, and condos are going to check in right around $554,000. So 3 different price points there. Let's check them out. But hey, real quick before we do, you know, can you do me a quick favor? If you're getting any kind of value from this video, take half a second, hit that like button for me if you don't mind. You know, it does a lot for the channel, but really helps me know that I'm on the right track of bringing you the content that you're looking for. So if you don't mind, take a quick half second, hit that like button, really appreciate it. So okay, let's get back into the video here, and I'm going to show you what kind of homes you're going to find in this Queen Anne neighborhood. Okay, got the map pulled up here. We're in the MLS, and we're going to start just in the southern section of Queen Anne here in Lower Queen Anne, and check that out, see what we're looking at. Let me zoom in a little bit. And this one is a condo here. We're starting off with 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,054 square feet, and this one's listed for $567,500. Remember, that's right around that median home price for condos of $554, so really close to that. HOA dues for this one, you're looking at $565 a month, and that's pretty typical for condos in Seattle of this size and that, you know, price range. So checking out the video, the photos here real quick, you see we're nice and close to the Space Needle, close to, you know, the Science Center. Here's the building here. So nice amount of natural light, got the windows in there. Looks like it has some laminate flooring, and yeah, nice clean unit here. And this one was built in 1979, so a little bit of an older unit, which, you know, pretty typical in Queen Anne. You're going to see a lot of that. Let's go on to the next one here. We have another condo here, and these are kind of in that East Queen Anne area here. And this one is a 3-bedroom condo, 1.5 baths, 1,141 square feet, listed for $535,000. Now this one was built in 1966, and you have nice, little bit lower HOA dues of $450 per month for those HOA dues. Let's check out the photos. Looks like this one's been virtually staged. Kind of a small kitchen, but decent amount of counter space. Nice that it has 3 bedrooms. Got that extra room maybe for an office or guest room, whatever you're wanting to use it for, carport parking. And all right, and it looks like we got some views of the Space Needle here. Probably not from the unit, but from the street. So let's get into the next one here. And it looks like we have a townhome here. This one is a 3-bedroom, 1 3/4 bath townhome, 1,572 square feet, listed for $1,150,000. This one is a new construction and no HOA dues yet. I'm sure it will have dues eventually, but let's check out the photos here. So kind of see in that same general area where the last one was. But nice, modern, beautiful kitchen. Definitely have some more kitchen space, a little more counter space. So, like I was saying earlier, these are townhomes, kind of have that vertical living, you know, staircases going all throughout the house. So, you know, if you're okay with stairs, then townhomes may be a good option for you, but, you know, you just gotta make sure you know what you're getting into. Sometimes it's a little tougher when you have little kids and little ones with stairs like that. It just makes it tough, you know, when you're not all on the same level. So yeah, nice little rooftop deck here. So here's one of these rooftop decks. Nice views of this is Lake Union, and yeah, really nice, really nice. Let's go into the next one here. Let's zoom out. So now we're in Upper Queen Anne. These are going to be two, right, really close to each other. This is going to be two-story single family home. This one is a 4-bedroom, 1 3/4 bath, 2,200 square foot, listed for $1,565,000. Remember, the median home price for Queen Anne is right around that 1.4 number, so just a little bit above that. This one was built in 1951. Let's check out the photos. So this one's probably going to have some pretty nice views. Yeah, look at that. Nice kind of territorial views. You got some views of Puget Sound, it looks like. So yeah, really nice updates. Love the looks of that home. Nice deck. Let's check out this last home real quick here in Queen Anne. So this one is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,840 square feet. Must be a 2-bedroom and a 2-story with a basement, I'm guessing. 1.395 as far as list price. This one was built in 1900, so definitely an older home. Yeah, it's a 2-story with a basement. Let's check this out. So yeah, definitely a house with a lot of character. Built in 1900. This thing has been here for a long time. So could use some updates here and there, but you know, maybe somebody wants that type of look. But really nice home. Queen Anne, fantastic neighborhood, and it's, you know, like I was saying with Capitol Hill, lots more available on the market, but I just wanted to find some in that median price point to show you. So let's head out to the next neighborhood and I'll see you there. Okay, in another great neighborhood here in Seattle, and we are just about 10 or 15 minutes north of Seattle, and that puts us in the Ballard neighborhood. And Ballard is one of the larger neighborhoods in Seattle. So as far as, like, you know, square area, you know, the footprint it takes up, Ballard's pretty big as far as neighborhoods go in the Seattle area, but still very walkable. You know, the core of Ballard, the commercial area, kind of like where we're at right now, we are just on Market Street, where it runs into, you know, there's a couple different streets that intersect right here at Market, but a ton of great restaurants, a lot of good bars, coffee shops galore. You know, everywhere you turn, there's something within walking distance. And it's actually a very bikeable city as well. Ballard's pretty flat elevation wise, so really easy to get around. Lots of bus lines that you can reach very easily. So probably the most family friendly neighborhoods of the ones that we saw today on the tour. I would say Ballard is probably gonna be the most family friendly, I would say. But personally, it's probably my favorite out of the three. I would definitely say that Ballard probably is a little more my speed. It's a little slower change of pace over here. It still has good nightlife, and there's definitely a lot of stuff to do, but just a different vibe that you would get from, you know, Capitol Hill or Queen Anne, of course. Just Ballard just has a ton of great hangout spots, little sports bars, restaurants, happy hour spots, stuff like that. So just really one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Seattle. And yeah, it has like a very rich Scandinavian background. You know, it's definitely changed. It's not as rich in Scandinavian history as it was. I know there's like a Nordic museum here, but yeah, a lot of Scandinavian roots here in the Ballard area. So, but yeah, just like I said, a great part of town, and you know, it's gonna be, like I said, more family friendly if that's the kind of area you're looking for. You know, not many of the neighborhoods in Seattle are gonna be family friendly. You know, Ballard's gonna have a pretty good mix of single family homes, but it does have a lot of condos, quite a bit of townhomes. So we'll get back into the neighborhoods and show you what I'm talking about. In fact, let's go do that right now. I want to go kind of show you what's going on with real estate here in the Ballard area. So let's go check that out. All right. Okay, so we're back in one of the neighborhoods here, not too far, right outside of downtown Ballard. But what we are seeing here is, you know, these homes right behind me here, single family homes, probably built in the early 1900s, you know, decent sized yards. And you're gonna find quite a bit of that here in Ballard. You know, towards the commercial district area there in Ballard, you see a lot of condos, but you know, in this, you know, in the outer fringes of it, you'll see a lot of single family homes just like this. But what we're starting to see a lot of is this behind me here. It's a townhome, so it's a two unit townhome here. And what you're seeing a lot of developers do is they'll buy one of these older homes on a larger lot and put up one of these. And if it's large enough, they'll put 2 units, maybe even up to 4 units on there. And they're nice, you know, they're definitely beautiful homes, you know, townhome style. A lot of them have like really nice rooftop decks, which, you know, have beautiful views of the city and water views and whatnot, but really cool. But a lot of the kind of the older charm is starting to kind of be stripped away from Ballard, which, you know, just kind of depends on, you know, what your preference is or how you look at it. But, you know, if you're looking for the older homes like the ones behind me, they're still here. There's definitely quite a few of them, but we're starting to see a lot more of these pop up right here. So it's a good mixture of new and old. But, you know, like I said, lots of condos available too right downtown in that main kind of commercial area of Ballard. But a really, really good combination. You're just gonna find a good mix of everything. No matter what you're looking for, you'll find it here. So let's head over to another place. I wanna take you to one of the more popular like tourist spots here in Ballard. Definitely, you know, when you have friends or family come into town, this is where you'll probably want to take them just to show them one of the more popular spots. So let's head over there and I'll see you there. Okay, probably at one of the cooler spots here in the entire Seattle area. We're down at the Ballard Locks, and the Ballard Locks serves a few different purposes, but let me just kind of give you a quick 360 of what we're looking at here. You have kind of a channel of water going that way. That heads to the Puget Sound, which feeds into the Pacific Ocean. So salt water on this side. And if we look over here on this side, this is the end of the ship canal, which feeds from Lake Union, which comes from Lake Washington. So water, you know, the fresh water kind of flows through the ship canal to right here. And you'll notice here the water level, where, you know, higher on this side, and then it's about 20 feet lower on this side. So that's what the locks do, is it kind of regulates the water levels, because they're about 20 feet higher when it hits fresh water. So it you know, helps boats get through. And what happens is boats come in through that end and the water level raises up, and then this gate opens up and you can drive your boat to and from each point. So it does that, you know, helps get boats through and helps keep the salt water and fresh water from mixing. So a really cool visitors, definitely a tourist spot, and during the summertime it's pretty busy. Over that way we have a underwater like fish ladder. You can see when the salmon are spawning and they're going through the locks. There's, you know, underwater viewing area that you can see that. I'll put some video up on the screen right now so you can kind of see what that looks like. But just a really cool place to hang out. You know, just, and it's right down here in Ballard, you know, right down in Ballard. Another really popular hangout in Ballard is Golden Gardens, which is a beautiful beach area. You know, there aren't a lot of really nice beach areas in Seattle, but Golden Gardens is one of them, along with Alki Beach. So a couple different really nice beach options, one of them being right here in Ballard, that Golden Gardens Park. So yeah, it's just like one of the reasons why Ballard is my favorite. But let's get into the real estate in Ballard, what you can expect to find in that average median price point. So we'll head back to the office and take a look at some homes available and show you what we got to work with. Okay, here we are in Ballard. Let's check out some of these homes. Median price point that we're looking at for single family homes in Ballard is going to be right around $1,060,000. If you're looking at townhomes, you're going to be right around $810,000 for the median price point. And for condos, we're at $547,000. So let's take a look at a few real quick here. I don't want to spend too much time on it. We've already gone over quite a few of these, but let's check it out here. Starting in the south end, we have a condo. Let me just open this up real quick here. So this one is a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1,109 square feet, listed for $624,000, basically $625,000. This one was built in 1963. Nice low HOA dues of $373 per month. Let's check out some photos here. Like the floors, you know, nice hardwood floors, probably laminate, something like that. Looks like it gets a lot of good natural light. Big windows, decent kitchen. So really kind of little clean, nice unit. Nothing too big, you know, 1,100, you know, 2-bedroom. That's a decent size. So let's jump into the next one here. So this one is a single family home. So this one's just above the median price point. Not a whole lot of single family homes in that median price point on the market right now. Remember, that's right around the $1,060,000 mark. This one above that by a bit here at 1.45. But we have a 3-bedroom, 1 3/4 bath, large home, 2,533 square feet. This one was built early 1900s here, 1904. Let's check it out. So really nice. Definitely has the look of a home built in 1904. So if that's the kind of thing that you're going after, yeah, nice updated kitchen like that. So really nice, you know, like I said in the video, you know, we're seeing quite a few developers buy homes like this, maybe the ones that aren't as fixed up as this one, but, you know, buying those, tearing them down, and then building townhomes. And, you know, it's kind of you know, people have mixed feelings about it. You know, some people love it because they want it more modern, but there's a lot of people that don't want the developers to do that because they feel like it's, you know, kind of stripping the charm from Ballard, which, you know, in a way it is, but, you know, eventually you just gotta rebuild and start new. But unfortunately, they're not building new single family homes. They're building stuff like this right here. So this is a townhome, 3-bedroom, 1 3/4 bath, 1,541 square feet, listed for $820,000. And this one is brand new construction. So let's check out the photos here. So yep, got that townhome living. This one has you know, 3 stories, top to bottom. Got the kitchen on that lower level, living area. So yeah, really nice. You know, there's a ton of these in Ballard, and it's not hard to find a nice townhome. A lot of them, like I said, have the rooftop decks. You know, as well as Ballard, another area that you should probably be considering would be Fremont. Fremont is right next to Ballard, and you know, they kind of connect there, but Fremont's really cool as well. A lot of really great restaurants. Nightlife is really good in Fremont. There's a Google office right there in Fremont. So Fremont is definitely kind of an extension of Ballard, and you know, definitely its own neighborhood, but really, really close to Ballard, and kind of has that similar vibe, similar feel. But you know, you really can't go wrong in any of these neighborhoods that we've kind of covered today. Okay, so 3 great neighborhoods, and like I just said, you really couldn't go wrong with either one of those neighborhoods that you chose. So if I'm being honest and giving you my opinion, I know I already said it, but I would say definitely Ballard, just for the way that I live and, you know, just the type of vibe and lifestyle that I would be looking for. Ballard is definitely going to be a better fit for me, but you know, that doesn't mean that's going to be the best fit for you. You know, it really just depends on what your lifestyle is like, what you're looking for, where you want to be, what you want to be around. So, and sometimes that can be difficult to get that figured out, you know, especially when you have so many options. And you know, if that's your case, you're looking to move over here to Seattle, I'd love to help you out, give you all the information that you need. You know, we can have a short conversation. I can get you pointed in the right direction and find out what area is gonna be best for you. Because you know what? It might not even be in Seattle. It might be over on the east side. It might be up north or down south. And, you know, sometimes you just can't really figure that out until you have the conversation. So, you know, feel free to give us a call, reach out. Contact info is popping up on the screen right now. Give us a call, text, email. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. So if you want to learn even more about Seattle, you know, check on this, click on this playlist that's popping up right here. This has all the best videos that you can find about Seattle, pros and cons videos, vlog tours, cost of living, everything right up here in that playlist. So check that out. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.